Antonio Rubino, an Italian illustrator, writer, and cartoonist, is remembered as one of the pioneering figures in Italian children's literature and comics. Born on 15 May 1880 in Sanremo, Italy, Rubino made a lasting impact with his distinctive whimsical artistic style, often blending satire and social commentary into his work. His creative career spanned several decades, during which he contributed to the development of comic art, children's stories, and poetry in Italy. Robino showed an interest in art and literature from an early age, while his formal education led him to study law at the University of Genoa, where he developed a unique visual language marked by stylized, detailed line work and vivid surreal imagery. His contribution helped establish as a leading publication in Italian children's literature, and he quickly became a permanent figure in Italian artistic circle. Robino's literature were characterized by their originality and attention to detail. His images often depicts fantastical worlds and anthropomorphic characters, blending humor with a touch of the bizarre. This style set him apart from his contemporaries and resonated with audience of all ages. In 1908, Robino joined the additional team of Corriere di Piccoli, the first Italian children's magazine, where he began creating comics and illustration with bold influence generation of readers and artists. Corriere di Piccoli was groundbreaking for his time, introducing Italian audience of comic strips and serialized stories in a format accessible of young readers. Rubino's role at the magazine established him as one of the founding figures of Italian comic art, where he worked alongside other notable artists of the era, such as Attilio Mozzino and Sergio Tufano. One of Rubino's most famous creations for Corriere di Piccoli was the character. The character is often created as one of the earliest examples of continuous comic strip in Italian media, and Rubino's work one the character demonstrated his skill in storytelling and visual packing. The strips combined elements of fantasy, adventure, and moral lessons, making it a beloved feature of the magazine. Robino's character like Quadrotino were not merely illustration. They become iconic figure in Italian popular culture and influence later comic characters and children's literature. Rubino's work was not limited to children's literature and comics. During the 1920s and 1930s, he also ventured into advertising and graphic design, creating posters and illustration that showcased his adaptability as an artist. His advertising work demonstrated a strong command of visual communication and narrative economy, skills he had honed through years of creating comics throughout his career. Robino's art was marked by a distinctive style that fused Art Nouveau and Art Deco influences, characterized by elegant lines, intricate patterns, and a playful scenes of rhythm. In addition to his work as an artist and illustrator, Rubino was a writer, poet, and composer. He wrote several children's books, poems, and plays, often infusing his work with humor, stir, and moral lessons. His poetry, while primarily aimed at younger audience, displayed a use of language and often continue deeper philosophical reflection. Rubino believed that children's literature should, in turn, and educate a philosophy reflected in both his writing and illustration. His works frequently conveyed messages about friendship, bravery, and chemistry values. He was fundamental to personal growth. In 1940s, Robino's career took on a new dimension when he joined La Matura, the literary supplement of Corriere della Sera, one of Italy's most permanent newspaper. His contribution there allowed him to reach a wider, more diverse audience, even as he explored themes relevant to adults. He maintained his signature blend of whimsy and